everyone, I'm Rowena, your facilitator for the Grow Green Garden Talks program. With me today is Zed. Hi Zed.
Hi Rowena, hi everybody.
Today we're going to talk about soil preparation for your garden, and I have few questions for Zed. Alright Zed, what do people need to consider when they're building garden bed at home?
Okay, few things that you need to consider before you start building a garden bed. You need the location. You need the morning sun and the afternoon shade. Number 2, you need a nice solid ground. And number 3, you need a level ground. Perfect. Now, the reason why you need a level ground and a nice solid ground is to stop the garden bed from sinking over time.
Thank you very much for that. Zed, what are the tools and materials that you need?
Okay, the tools that I used on this job. First thing, shovel to dig the holes for the posts.
Like this?
Yes. Second, a level to check, to check if the posts are level and the sleepers are level. There you go. Number 3 is a impact driver to screw in each screw for the sleepers to the posts.
Yep.
And number 4 was a power saw to cut each sleeper down and to cut the post down. And also you need screws to screw the posts and the sleepers together. And you can always use a string line to level all the posts together. Thank you,
Thank
Rowena.
you very much. And the materials?
And the materials I used was a H4 treated pine sleeper.
H4, what is that?
I knew you would ask me that.
Yes.
H4 is a treatment they use in the sleeper to prevent the sleepers from rotting over time.
Other materials?
Other materials was the screw, as I mentioned from before.
Yes.
And also use a quick set concrete for the post that dries and takes off in 20 minutes and keeps the post nice and strong in the ground, stops them from sinking, stops them from moving. Very important.
Yes. And also Zed, I can see that there's a plastic you put here. What is this plastic for?
Okay, the plastic is used for, first point is to keep the moisture into the soil. Number 2 was to prevent the moisture getting to the timber and rotting the timber away. And number 3 is to stop the H4 treatment affecting the soil and the plants over time.
That's very... Zed, can you talk to us about the steps, how you build this, and how long does it take for you to build one garden bed?
Okay, the steps that you need to take is once you level the ground, you need to dig the holes for the post, concrete them in, let them dry, and come back the next day, and then you can put the sleepers on and screw them to the existing post. If you have enough time on that day, you can put the plastic in and then maybe rest that day and come back the next day and put the soil in.
So it takes about 3 days to complete one garden bed.
3 to 4 days. Yes.
That's excellent. I can see that you're filling the garden beds with soil. What have you filled the garden beds with?
Okay. I first just any soil from the ground. So just dirt like this is
Yes.
fine. You can even use some old plants that you've got lying around. Make sure they're dry. Make sure you cut the roots off because you don't want them to grow through.
Yes.
So you just chuck it in there. Even a bit of old veggies, plants,
Yes.
anything, just to give them a good, nice, solid base.
Yes.
And then after I do that, I got a bit of 5-way soil from the local nursery, which has, do you know actually what's got inside the 5-way?
Yes, I know that.
Yep.
Yes. So you want me to... Alright Zed, I'm going to talk about 5-way mix. 5-way mix is composed of 5 elements. 1, soil.
Soil,
2, sandy loam.
sandy loam,
3, mushroom compost.
Mushroom compost,
4, biocompost.
biocompost,
5, manure.
and manure.
All right, so we'll talk about the 5 elements, right?
Tell me, please explain to me what the 5 elements are.
All right, I'll try to explain as much as I can. First, number 1 is soil. What is soil? This is soil. I'm gonna touch it.
Just normal soil.
The
Just
normal
soil from
soil.
the ground.
You want
Yep.
to touch it as well?
Yes. Perfect. Nice.
Okay. Now, number 2, sandy loam. Sandy loam is composed of sand,
Sand,
silt, and clay.
silk and clay,
That's sandy loam.
sandy loam.
Yes.
Okay.
3,
And what's number 3?
compost, mushroom compost.
Mushroom compost.
Okay, mushroom compost is composed of straw,
Straw,
wood shavings,
wood shavings,
aged manures,
aged manure,
gypsum,
gypsum,
and a little bit of limestone.
and a little bit of limestone.
Would you like to buy that?
Where can I buy it from?
You can buy it at your local nursery store.
I just buy the 5-way mix. It's
Yes,
probably easier
yes,
and
I
better.
can see that. Yes, yes. And now let's talk about biocompost. Now when we're talking about biocompost, it means all plant matters that have decomposed, which can be used as
So-
fertilizer, just like what you picked up there.
So just old plants that
Just
dry out and over time,
Yeah, they will decompose and
and
it
they
will
just become compost.
fertilizer or
and fertilizer.
compost.
Yep, perfect.
And the number 5. You remember the number 5?
Is just manure.
Manure.
But what type of manure?
What type of manure? Okay, there are different kinds of manure, but preferably if you're putting it in your garden, it should be a manure from grass-eating animals like cow,
Cows,
horses,
horse,
chook,
chicken,
or sheep.
and sheep. So I can't use manure from any other animal. Has to be from grass-fed animals.
That's right.
Okay, and a handy tip
Yes.
that I know from with manure is that once you mix it with your soil, let it dry before you start planting.
That's right. And so we're ready for next week, right?
Next week we'll start
Ready for
planting.
planting. Thank you so much for joining us in this video. Next week we will start our planting. So please tune in for our next episode.
Thank you. See you later.